Spider-Man: Homecoming director Jon Watts picked the Vulture as main villain. According to director Jon Watts, the upcoming Spider-Man: Homecoming is the ground floor of the Marvel Universe, and what better way to bring that into focus than to use a villain that featured early on in the Spider-Man's heroic career. That is the idea behind going with the Vulture as Homecoming's main antagonist. Spider-Man has some of the most recognizable and iconic villains in comics. Characters like the Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Venom, Electro, and Kraven are all villains that you can build a film around. But instead of those high-profile names, Watts opted for Vulture. Comic book Com's Brandon Davis got to chat with Watts about why he chose to go with Vulture over some of those other villains. "Well, we wanted to sort of go back to the origins of what made Spider-Man and Peter Parker so unique, and that's why we've just sort of really doubled down on the idea that he is a kid. He is a high school student in this crazy universe. He has to keep his identity a secret, which a lot of the other characters in the MCU don't. And just, in general, going back to those origins, The Vulture is really the first supervillain that Spider-Man ever fights in Amazing Spider-Man, the second issue, after the chameleon, so it just felt like the right thing to do, to go back to the roots in that way. While the options were plentiful, Watts also went with Vulture for his power set, which lays the foundation for some really inventive fight sequences. We talked about a lot of different things, but the Vulture always sort of rose to the top, and just the opportunity to have Spider-Man versus a guy that can fly really lends itself to some pretty cool visuals.